Rex in Kandahar. Chapter 1. The Creation. In the heart of the Afghan mountains, nestled amidst jagged peaks and veiled by a shroud of secrecy, lay Professor Najib's clandestine laboratory. Here, in this remote enclave of scientific pursuit, Najib, a visionary geneticist, toiled tirelessly alongside his dedicated protégé, Dr. Kiana Rostami. The laboratory buzzed with an otherworldly energy as Najib and Kiana stood before an array of monitors, their faces illuminated by the glow of screens displaying intricate strands of DNA sequences. The duo's collaboration spanned years, dedicated to a singular, audacious mission: to resurrect ancient life forms using genetic remnants. Najib, with weathered hands that bore the imprints of countless experiments, guided the delicate manipulation of the DNA fragments. Kiana, with her unwavering dedication and fervent curiosity, complemented his expertise with a youthful zeal. In a symphony of scientific precision, they meticulously reconstructed the genetic blueprint of a Tyrannosaurus rex, navigating through the gaps in time and evolutionary history. Each strand of DNA held the promise of a creature long lost to the annals of time. The lab was a sanctuary of dreams and aspirations, but also a battleground of ethical quandaries. Najib and Kiana grappled with the weight of their ambition, playing gods, breathing life into creatures that had vanished eons ago. The process was not just a scientific feat, but an emotional journey. Najib's eyes bore the weight of years spent chasing a ghost from the past, while Kiana's youthful exuberance masked a quiet reverence for the magnitude of their endeavor. As the T-Rex's genetic reconstruction neared completion, tensions in the scientific community mounted. Ethical debates reverberated beyond the confines of the laboratory, casting shadows over the groundbreaking work. The pivotal moment arrived, a culmination of years of relentless pursuit and unyielding determination. The T-Rex embryo, cradled in a secure containment chamber, shimmered with the possibility of rewriting history. But fate, capricious and unpredictable, intervened. A surge of power surged through the laboratory, a cataclysmic dance of electrons that plunged the facility into momentary chaos. Alarms blared, lights flickered, and the containment protocols faltered. In the midst of this chaos, the secure chamber housing the nascent T-Rex trembled and fractured. With a deafening roar, the embryo broke free, a primal force unleashed upon the world. Chapter 2. The Escape. The untamed wilderness surrounding Najib's laboratory echoed with the reverberations of the T-Rex's awakening. The creature, a specter of the prehistoric past, roared into existence, disoriented and driven by primal instincts outside the confines of the laboratory. The Afghan wilderness became a labyrinthine playground for the escaped T-Rex. Its thunderous footfalls shook the earth, alarming nearby villages and wildlife alike. Word of the escaped predator spread like wildfire through the local communities. Fear swept through the villages, rumors of an ancient beast prowling the mountains sending shivers down spines. In Kandahar, a bustling city nestled amidst the rugged terrain, life flowed in its usual rhythm. Merchants bartered in bazaars, children played in dusty streets, and the city thrived with its daily bustle. The tranquil atmosphere shattered when an unearthly roar echoed through Kandahar's outskirts. Panic rippled through the streets as rumors of the T-Rex's approach spread like wildfire. Citizens gaped in disbelief as a colossal silhouette emerged over the horizon, the city skyline dwarfed by the towering presence of the ancient creature. Chaos erupted as the T-Rex charged into the heart of Kandahar, its colossal form casting a looming shadow over the city. Buildings trembled under its thunderous footsteps, and the once vibrant streets descended into scenes of pandemonium. Authorities scrambled to contain the unfolding catastrophe. Police sirens blared, emergency services mobilized, and military units deployed, but their efforts seemed feeble against the indomitable might of the T-Rex. The Ahmed family, residents of Kandahar, found themselves in the midst of this nightmarish chaos. Fatima, wide-eyed and trembling, clutched her parents as they fled the approaching terror. Seeking refuge amidst the cacophony, the city transformed into a battleground. Structures crumbled like paper under the T-Rex's brute force, and the panic-stricken civilians scrambled for safety, their once familiar surroundings now a maze of destruction. Chapter 3. Rampage. The night draped over Kandahar, casting an eerie veil over the beleaguered city. Emergency sirens wailed in discordant harmony, reverberating through the desolate streets as the colossal silhouette of the T-Rex continued its relentless march of destruction. Amidst the chaos, the city's emergency response team strained to contain the catastrophe. Fire brigades battled towering infernos, their valiant efforts barely keeping pace with the T-Rex's wake of devastation. Medical personnel, overwhelmed by the influx of casualties, worked tirelessly to stabilize the injured. The military, reinforced by Najib and Amelia, coordinated a desperate attempt to curb the beast's rampage. Conventional weapons proved futile against the T-Rex's impregnable hide, leaving the streets littered with spent ammunition and shattered hopes. The Ahmed family, nestled within the underground shelter, clung to each other, their faces etched with a mixture of fear and hope. Fatima's eyes, wide with terror, mirrored the collective apprehension of those sheltered from the chaos above. Outside, the city lay in ruins. Once vibrant thoroughfares transformed into a chaotic mosaic of destruction. Buildings, once symbols of resilience, now stood as crumbling monuments to the T-Rex's unfathomable power. Najib and Amelia, their brows furrowed with worry and remorse, coordinated efforts with the military command. Their ambition, once a beacon of scientific achievement, now cast a dark shadow over the devastated city. The T-Rex, an ancient force of nature, seemed impervious to human attempts at containment. Its primal instincts guided its relentless advance, each thunderous step further deepening the scars upon the city's soul. As the night wore on, the distant roars of the T-Rex echoed through the desolate streets, a haunting chorus of chaos and despair that seemed to have no end. Chapter 4. The Showdown. The night wore on, draped in a cloak of uncertainty over the ravaged city of Kandahar. The T-Rex, an indomitable force, continued its destructive journey through the shattered streets, casting a looming shadow over the beleaguered metropolis. Amidst the chaos, a plan took shape, born of desperation and a sliver of hope. Najib, Kiana, and the military strategists devised a daring scheme to confront the rampaging behemoth. Under the cover of darkness, a squadron of helicopters emerged over the city, their searchlights slicing through the night sky. The mission was twofold: to distract the T-Rex from populated areas and to attempt to administer a powerful sedative. While the helicopters engaged in an elaborate dance of evasion, a specialized team worked with precision, attempting to deploy a potent sedative capable of subduing the primal beast. The Ahmed family, huddled together underground, could sense the distant echoes of the ongoing battle above the T-Rex, an awe-inspiring sight against the backdrop of the city lights, relentlessly pursued the elusive helicopters. The sedative took effect, slowing the creature's movements, but its primal fury remained unyielding. In a heart-stopping moment, a misstep led to a catastrophic event. One of the helicopters faltered, veering dangerously close to the beast. Seizing the opportunity, the T-Rex lunged, swatting the aircraft aside, sending it spiraling downward in a fiery inferno. Panic rippled through the ranks as the meticulously crafted plan faltered. Amidst the chaos, a solitary figure emerged, armed with a tranquilizer gun driven by determination and a sense of responsibility. Dr. Kiana Rostami stepped forward, taking aim at the colossal creature. The city held its breath as Dr. Rostami steadied her trembling hands, her gaze fixed on the T-Rex. With a steadying breath, she fired the tranquilizer dart, aiming for the creature's colossal form. In a moment that seemed suspended in time, the dart found its mark, embedding into the T-Rex's massive body. The city echoed with a collective sigh of relief as the tranquilizer took hold, gradually slowing the once rampaging beast. Chapter 5. Resolution. As the tranquilizer coursed through the T-Rex's colossal frame, the once unstoppable beast faltered, its movements slowing until at last it succumbed to the drug's potent effects. With a thunderous quake, the creature collapsed to the ground, its towering form now subdued. The city of Kandahar lay shrouded in an uneasy silence, the cacophony of chaos replaced by an eerie stillness. Dr. Rostami, standing amidst the wreckage, felt a mixture of relief and somber reflection. The weight of their actions and the consequences bore heavily upon her Professor Najib. His weathered features, etched with a sense of responsibility, approached Dr. Rostami. They shared a silent acknowledgement, burdened by the realization of the havoc their ambition had wrought upon the city. In the aftermath of the chaos, citizens cautiously emerged from their shelters. Surveying the ravaged cityscape, buildings stood as fractured remnants, and the streets bore the scars of the T-Rex's rampage. The Ahmed family, having weathered the nightmarish ordeal, stepped into the desolate streets. Fatima clung tightly to her parents, her eyes wide with a mix of astonishment and relief as she beheld the transformed landscape. Najib and Kiana, haunted by the consequences of their creation, faced scrutiny from authorities, grappling with the ethical implications of their actions. The scientific community buzzed with debates, questioning the boundaries of scientific exploration and its moral obligations. Months passed, and the sedated T-Rex became a subject of rigorous study, offering unprecedented insights into the mysteries of ancient life. Najib and Kiana dedicated themselves to responsible research, striving to prevent such catastrophes in the future. Gradually, life in Kandahar began to regain a semblance of normalcy. The scars of the T-Rex's rampage slowly faded, replaced by a sense of resilience and unity among the city's inhabitants. As the sun set over Kandahar, casting a warm glow upon the city's rejuvenated spirit, it stood as a testament to humanity's enduring resilience in the face of unprecedented challenges. The end.